Hello everybody, JFM Studios here to give you the answers to your questions that you've asked last week. As promised, here it is. Okay, I have the questions here on my phone, I have them all here. So, yeah, thank you guys for submitting your questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability, This is just something to keep me active this year, since, I'll be a bit busy with the comics and other things, but I'll try to be more active in this channel with more vlogs and other things. Alright, so, let's get started. Eli Madness asked, JFM, what would be your favorite album from the 80s? That's a good question. I have a lot of favorite music from the 80s. When it comes to albums, though, I would say, something cliche like Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller, but I don't listen to all the songs in Thriller, I just, I like a few songs. The only 80s album that I can listen to from start to end would be Pink Floyd's The Final Cut. That came out in 83 or 84. But yeah, that's one album that I can listen to the whole entire thing. But the 80s was a great decade of music. One of the best decades out there. Alright, Panther Assad, you've asked, Sup JFM, how's that comic shop deal going? Did you sell any more comics? Peace. I haven't visited that comic shop since late last year. I wanted to visit more often, but boy, I just keep forgetting, or I'm like, whatever, I'll check another week or so. But last time I checked, I only sold 2. And I know the people who bought 2, so maybe the other 2 got sold. I don't know. I'll see if I can check this week. Alright. And I'll let you guys know. Alright. John W., you have asked the question, whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, and evening TV. Alright, that was a Full House reference that he wrote, but he did write a serious question underneath, and he did ask, how does one reinvent oneself, as in become a better person? That is a great question, a question that I know too well, because I always try to reinvent myself, I always try to become a better person and man every year, and I know you from Tumblr, so for a guy your age to ask this question, you're already taking the right steps. I remember when I was your age, I thought no one could ever dislike me, or I thought I was perfect the way I am, I'm JFM. Everybody likes me, no matter what I do. I'm just charming. And that's just wrong, I'd say every year, write down the mistakes you've made, or something that you did not like, or what you did yourself. Pay attention to the people you offend or hurt, and even if you don't want to wait until your birthday or the New Year's, just do it now, and just try to try to correct those mistakes. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, there's noise outside the room that's distracting me. I'll see if I can get them to be quiet. Zachary Okuna, you've asked, what's your overall opinion on the Kingdom Hearts series? Do you have any plans to draw more Kingdom Hearts fan art? I'd love to see Sora and Riku with Jeff and Taylor. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for reading. Oh, okay. Thank you for the question. As for the Kingdom Hearts series, I love it. I'm a fan of course, I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 fully. I played a little bit of the beginning of Birth by Sleep. And yeah, I'm mainly just focusing on Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. But that's the main series. I didn't really pay attention to the spin-offs and and the prequels. But yeah, at first I thought, when I first heard about Kingdom Hearts back in the day, I thought it was a strange idea for like Final Fantasy anime characters to be with the traditional Disney characters, and I'm like, this is I don't know what's going to become of this. But when I first played it, I had fun. It's one of those, man. It inspired me. It actually helped me write my other series. You know, I had fun with it. So yeah, I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 later this year. And yeah, that's one of my most anticipated games for 2018. Definitely. Jonathan, you've asked, will there be the Loud House animations, also new Loud House videos? I think you're asking for more Loud House stuff from me. And yeah, I will make some more Loud House stuff. I'm continuing on the Loud House Dream series. I'll probably make a video talking about them. And when it comes to the show, The Loud House, I haven't watched an episode for quite a while. In fact, I have a whole bunch of new episodes sitting in my DVR. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna watch all of them, and I'm gonna talk about them in a video, giving you guys my opinions. It's like a little cram session. If that makes sense, right? You know, Amanda's right here. She's staring at me. Like a little cardboard cutout looking at me. Whatever, kid. Go to sleep. I'm talking to Amanda, not you. Alright, so yeah, new Loud House videos are on the way. When you ask Loud House animations, I don't know. I don't animate or anything. I'll just talk about the show and talk about my drawings. That's it. Alright, Summer W. Dino Blanky. I know you. Everybody knows you. You are one of Jeff and Taylor's #1 fans. Alright. Hey Jeff M., what's your advice to any new webcomic artists who are just starting their project in the year of our Lord 2018? Separate question. Would you say it's better to write the comic as it's being drawn up, write everything first, and then draw the comic, or say screw it and have no plan at all and see where the story takes you? Well, that's, very interesting questions there. Advice for new webcomic artists. Well, my advice is plan your story out. Even if you don't have the details down yet, I'd say have a general idea what the story will be about. Plan out your schedules, what you're gonna draw, what chapters, what events happen in what chapter. Again, you don't have to be very specific. And draw out your characters. Make sure you've got their designs in there. Practice drawing the backgrounds you want to use. And yeah, when it comes to writing the script, what I would do is write it before you draw. That way you got a general idea in your head what you want to draw, And it all depends. For your webcomic, I think it's an epic adventure with multiple parts. Yeah, you really have to plan those out. If it's like a comedy or something that you don't know what's going to happen, it's all random, I'd say just go with the flow with that. But when it comes to long epic stories like yours, or even with my own, Project JA, I really have to plan things out, because especially if you want to have twists and turns, Another thing, if you really don't want to pre-plan things and just kind of go with the flow, have something, do a little mix. I'd say if you want to add something new or add a twist, I'd say look back on your previous chapters and see what you can use. That's what the writers did for Breaking Bad, is that a lot of their stuff was not planned out. A lot of the twists and turns and deaths, they were like discussing past episodes and seeing what they could use from those. So yeah, that's my advice. Just pre-plan things, and even if it's not detailed, just plan the most general events. Tito Enshin, you've asked, I just recently got a new computer and installed Illustrator and InDesign along with Photoshop. And since you published Jeff and Taylor through Kablam.com, can you make a video about the process through self-publishing? Yes, I plan to do that. The next book in the queue to be published would either have to be the Quickie book number 2 or volume 5. And I'll give you guys a step-by-step process on how I prepare a book to be published through Kablam. Pretty simple. I have my finished pictures on. I put them in Photoshop. Make sure they're all 300 DPI. Convert them to CMYK. That is a print-friendly mode. Color mode. Because most printers have CMYK ink instead of the RGB ink. And RGB is mostly used for the screen. So yeah, CMYK 300 DPI, and convert them into TIFF files. TIFF files are printer friendly. They provide the highest quality out there, and if you save an image through as a TIFF file, you'll notice that it has much more megabytes than a JPEG file. That's because it's higher quality. That's meant for print, So yeah, I make sure my pages are TIFFs, CMYK, and 300 DPI, and I construct the book in InDesign. And I even add the extra stuff, like my word search, my character bios if I have some, and my logos. That's where I put it all in InDesign as I construct the whole entire book. And since it's a long book, I make sure I separate it when I convert it into a PDF, because that's what they accept in Kablam, PDFs and TIFFs. But if you have a whole bunch of pages, just make a PDF of it. Long and complicated, but once I make the video, I think you'll understand. So look for that maybe this summer. All right. Hey, Jeff M. Oh, excuse me. I jumped the gun there. Okay, the Lone Advocate with your NWO icon. You've asked, hey, Jeff M., since Lynn Loud Jr. is your favorite Loud sibling, who is your least favorite and why? Man, I would say it used to be Lily, but now it's Lisa. Lisa's my least favorite. I'm sorry if Lisa's your favorite. I'm just every disturbing thing that comes in that show, it's because of Lisa. I'm just saying, the fecal studies, the Lenny with her puffy face back in the first episode, that was disturbing, all because of Lisa. So yeah, but actually she's my least favorite, but she's sometimes she can be a cool character too. All right, I'm back. Hopefully the noises will stop now. All right, Corey Torbett, my friend, you've asked, hey buddy, it's been a while, but here's mine to you. What inspired you to create Jeff and Taylor and the story of its first appearance? Just wanted to hear the ancient text of how it all began, LOL. Well, at the time, my favorite shows were Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Kenan and Kel, and Case Closed. And Case Closed is an anime. So I wanted to do something like that. And I had these characters, Jeff and Taylor, ever since I was a kid. So I decided, okay, I'll see if I can make something official. Because I've experimented with these guys through different illustrations and failed book attempts. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make something official. So it took a long time to not necessarily perfect it, but to make it what it is now. It took years, but because of that hodgepodge of different influences, I created Jeff and Taylor. And basically it is a story that I've always wanted to watch or read. when I was a kid. Just something that interests me. So that's the reason why Jeff and Taylor is. That's the reason why I created it, and why it's so dear to me. All right, Paranormiac, you have asked, "Hey Jay, if you would you ever work on 2 or more comics at once? Also, are you planning on doing any more art challenges? I'm definitely planning on doing the one this year." All right. Well, when it comes to working on 1 or 2 or more comics at the same time, I would do that. I would definitely do that if making comics was my full-time job. But since I have that, I'm working at the, I already have a 9-to-5 job, one that I don't particularly like, but it pays the bills. I'm just focused on Jeff Taylor right now. And, boy, looking back at it, I kind of wish I didn't start the series right now, or when I did. I should have just made episode 1 of Jeff and Taylor, refined it, perfected, done, leave it alone. Then I went on, and then I'll make chapter 1 of a different story, and then the first book of a different story, so on and so forth. I have all these first chapters of all my projects out on the table for people to look, and people, so I can pass them out. See, if I did that, I have a whole bunch of options to see what's popular and what's not, and what I could work on, and I have material to show off to publishers. But since I'm just working on Jeff and Taylor, it's just I'm just updating twice a week. That's it. That's it. And when it comes to the art challenges, I'll see if I can do 24-hour comics and Inktober again. There's this new challenge, I think, called the Penny Challenge. See if you can draw a character inside a penny, or a little, a little circle the size of a penny, I think I can do that. Yeah. It's going to look crappy, but yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Whatever. Okay. BioWeb. Shout out. Please, JFM, help publish book. I will do that. Don't worry. Arthur Ray Canales says, "I'm excited for Valentine's Day animations, J&T and the Loud House." Well, awesome. I'm excited for J&T too. When it comes to Valentine's, I'll see if I can make a video on Valentine's Day. I don't know, talking about, what kind of girlfriend I would like. That's just that's up in the air. I don't think you guys want to hear that. Okay, Wendigo Studios. Hey JFM, is your boy Jaziz Hannibal. My question is, what do you believe is the best software, program, computer, etc. to start graphic art from traditional? P.S. Stay out at Haas, and more fan art will come out soon. All right. From traditional, huh? Well, I'd say get a scanner. Scan your traditional art there, and use Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint to trace over your traditional drawings and the color from there. I'd say that's the best program. Either Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint, or even Paint Tool SAI. I don't use it, but plenty of other people use it. A lot of people love Paint Tool SAI. So I'd say use that. All right. Cow has chill day. His question is, what's your favorite webcomic? I would say it's Menage a 3. It's a rated R webcomic. The art style is great. It's a mix between manga and the Archie style. And it's been a long time since I read it, but I've read plenty of chapters. I even got some physical books of the thing. I'd say it's rated R because it's full of sexual humor and topless women. Even some gay jokes. There are some gay guys there. Some lesbians. I think a transsexual is there too. Like I said, it's a rated R sexual comedy. But yeah, it's very entertaining. I like it. It's been a while since I read it. I'm gonna read it pretty soon, once I have the time. Alright, Easy Hoax. Your question is, aliens invade Earth and requested Gary Busey. to be made the next president of Poland. Fish prices rise dramatically, and the State of the Union is delivered by a sentient orange. Do you believe YouTube is still a viable option for animators to make any money? I would say no. To make money? No. Especially about YouTube's new rules and regulations when it comes to, partners and, I'd say don't try to use YouTube as a way to make money, Use it as a way to get exposure. Now that is a good idea. Animators, on YouTube to get exposure and let people know, have a following, kind of like what I did. That is a good reason to do YouTube. To do YouTube, yeah. All right. EAGC7, you're the man with the Spider-Man icon. I know you. What's your favorite animated show and or movie? That's quite a loaded question. Oh boy. Because, I don't know. I would say right now my favorite animated show is The Loud House, Favorite animated movie? I would have to go to a Disney movie. I would say either a Goofy movie or Sword in the Stone. That's my favorite animated movie. I would say maybe Goofy movie. There's, the first one. It's very wholesome. It's very nice. It's great music too. A great soundtrack. Goofy movie. All right. David Cameron, you have a few questions. Have you ever used the Marvel method of writing comics in the past? No, I haven't. What is it like doing the 24-hour comics challenge a while back? It was tiring. I can't believe I did it. Well, drawing and inking, but when you look at those pages in person, the pages that I've inked in 2 and 3 in the morning, you've noticed I've missed some spots here and there, and they look very strange and sketchy, But, I did it. Shut up, phone. Oh, sorry. That was you, Eric. Eric Williams, I was telling the phone to shut up. But, messages from you, it's always good. All right. What did I think of the new Star Wars movies? I only watched The Force Awakens. I thought it was decent. Thought it was nice. Of course, I have a friend named Kevin Alt who thought it was like the worst thing ever. I don't know why. It's like, Kevin Alt, he's very dramatic. Throws a lot of hyperbole, saying that Star Wars 7 ruined my life. It's like, whatever, dude. Come on. Oh, but no, I haven't seen Rogue One or the latest Star Wars thing. I'll probably watch them on when it's on stream or on DVD or something like that. Toasty Marshmallow, it's been a while. Hey, my dude, I actually have 2 questions. What is the process for getting your books to print? And I know you're working on a long-term comic. Do you have any comics work before that? If so, how many and what were they about? All right. When it comes to getting my books to print, it's all about, using indieplanet.com. They use, get yourself an account there, compile your pages into PDFs, and upload them from there. They take care of the rest. And you can give them the PDF version of the cover, the back cover, and the spine, and they'll know what to do with them. So yeah, I'll definitely make a video about it in the future, so don't you worry. And when it comes to comics before Jeff and Taylor, they were very quick BS comics, just made for fun, like random crossover. It's a low budget comic that I made, all pencil drawings and printed out, and I printed out some pictures from the internet of people that I didn't want to draw, like Mr. T and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I just cut and paste them into the comic. It's a very raunchy comic, very violent, lots of sexual humor. That's what I did when I was a freshman in high school, But yeah, it was before Jeff and Taylor. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Jesus Scandival. Not the actual Jesus, but Jesus Scandival has asked, will Jeff and Taylor ever travel outside the country for an episode? I imagine them vlogging in a foreign country. Well, they won't be like Logan Paul, I'll tell you that. But no, in the main episode, no, they won't go outside of the country. They might go out. They'll go outside of town. I know for a fact, Creep Tales. It'll take place in a creepy town called Hunger Hill. But no, they won't leave their state. I just say that. Dan Williams, have you ever considered posting comic dub videos of some of your comics? I thought about it. I thought it would be a great, thing for my fans and to bring in new viewers. But, no, I don't have the time. I don't have the resources to actually have people voice my characters. If somebody wants to do that, if somebody wants to make a dub of Jeff and Taylor, using their own. Using their friends or something, I totally welcome that. If you want to do that, you have my blessing. And let me know, and I wanna see it. I want to see if you guys are have the right voices. That's so cool. Okay, Ancient Gear Master 1, you've been a fan of mine for a long time. How do you prepare your hand-drawn artwork for social media platforms? Oh yeah, how do you scan your larger pieces such as posters? Okay, prepare my hand-drawn artwork. Yeah, that's basically scan them in or take a picture of them. If your scanner is too small for your poster-sized work, I'd say take a photograph of the poster. Try to keep it as straight as possible. Try to keep the camera, focused, and make sure the picture is of high quality, and make some adjustments in Photoshop. That's what I do. I take pictures of some of the posters I'll have on the wall, and sometimes I have to use the warp tool in order to straighten them out, because sometimes when I take the picture it's not perfectly straight or aligned. So yeah, you probably have to do some cropping, but try to minimize things. Like I know it was a bit of a challenge to actually make my 140 character poster. And put that into Photoshop, because I have to take a picture. I have to make sure it's the right picture, and do a whole bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, a photograph with a high quality camera, that's the way to go for a large poster. And last but not least, Ricky Rodriguez he asked, I got a question. Will you ever do another character bio? Maybe. I don't know. If you're talking about the character description videos, I already made the description videos of all the major characters in Jeff and Taylor. I'd say maybe, but I don't know what to do now with that channel. It's like, ever since, it was a couple years ago that I revitalized this channel, It's more than just vlogs. It's just a whole bunch of things, Because a lot of people now online know me as JFM Studios. And so, naturally, they're going to search JFM Studios on YouTube, not Jeff and Taylor Comic. It's funny, I use Jeff and Taylor Comic as my mobile account. That's why I comment on boxing videos using Jeff and Taylor Comic. It's silly, but still. So I don't know what to do. I'll probably restart the whole character bio process, because a lot of my characters changed. It's just I'll have to find the right method to do them now. And if I were to really do them or restart them, I'll make sure I'll draw out every character first and then release them, instead of waiting a year or two for the next one. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for your questions, and yeah, I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I'll see if I can record at a much quieter moment next time. But yeah. Alright, look forward for some new videos. I'll probably make another video on Valentine's Day or something like that, if you guys are interested. And a lot of more videos coming, you know, just the standard stuff. Okay, guys. See you later. I can't talk today. Sorry. See you guys later. JFM out, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Goodbye. Yes, you. Do you like artwork? Do you like to support artists? Well, I'm an artist. Yeah, I'm a cool artist. And I have a Patreon page, JFM Studios. So if you want to support me and support Jeff and Taylor, you can donate $1 a month, $5 a month, or $10 a month. And we can make Jeff and Taylor a global success, one step at a time. You and me, we team up. JFM Studios on Patreon. Yes.